Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Wafer with Core Chiropractic in the Energy Corridor, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can get help from sciatic symptoms if you're an office worker. It seems like more and more commonly these days, everyone's working from home. They're starting to have a lot of aches and pains that they're not used to having. So I'm going to give you 3 tips today if you're suffering from sciatica and you're working from home. The first one that we want you to do is we don't want you to stay seated for extended periods of time. So what happens is when you sit for periods, that's when the disc starts to compress, which can lead to lower back and sciatic-like symptoms. So we want you to alternate between sitting and standing. Now I know when you're working from home, a lot of you are working from laptops these days, so it's not as easy to alternate from sitting to standing. So we're gonna add a link into the comment section for an Amazon link where you can buy something that allows you to alternate between sitting and standing when you're working with using a laptop. Now ideally we don't want you standing all day either. We want you to alternate between sitting and standing. So we want you to sit for about an hour, alternate, and then stand for the next hour of work. The second thing is we want you to start to take micro breaks while you're working. Again, the longer that you're seated, the more the discs start to compress, the muscles start to get tighter, and that's when you can lead to increased pain. So at least once an hour, set a reminder on your watch, on your phone, on your computer, just as a reminder to stand up, walk around the house, walk around the office a little bit, do some light stretching, and then sit down and get back to work. And when you take this break, it's also a good reminder to when you sit back down and check your posture, make sure you have everything ergonomically set up properly. Number 3 is going to be an easy stretch you can do where you don't even have to get up. It's just called a seated hamstring stretch. So what you're going to do is as you're sitting at your desk, you're going to extend one leg and then you're going to start to point your foot towards the ceiling. So you want to pull your foot towards you and then you're going to gradually bend over at the waist until you start to feel the stretch in the hamstring. Hold this for a good 30 to 45 seconds at least, and then do it on both legs. A lot of times we see with stretches, people just don't hold the stretch long enough. A 10-second stretch usually isn't going to be enough to really loosen up the muscle. So want to aim for a minimum of 30 seconds, closer to a minute is going to be better though. Tight hamstrings are one of the leading causes of the sciatica, so we really want to start to make sure that we're stretching out those hamstrings, and the more you sit, the tighter the hamstrings get. So when you're getting up and moving around every hour, just make sure you're doing the seated hamstring stretch, and I think you'll notice a big difference in your sciatic symptoms. So if you're currently suffering from sciatica, you can either call our office or you can schedule an appointment online to get your sciatica relief today.